Konotations is a collection of memories, observations, and tiny bits of historical naval lint served up by Dr. Lee Konowe.
Reading and dreading the compilation of this opus, A View from Within the Storm, for a very long time, as in at least 3 decades. I've heard of writer's block, but this is Guinness Book of Records level. The reasons are many, but mostly there were issues of the personal safety of some of the players, though I will get into those details in later episodes. For now, nobody who could have been hurt, apart from me, is still alive, and even I am approaching my use-by date. Whacking me would, at this age, 78, in mid-August, would hardly be worth the time, risk, and effort. Besides, as these stories become known, you will probably conclude that I am not exactly easy to kill. Title might correctly describe this work as an autobiography, but it is in fact a biography hidden within an autobiography. Yeah, you see, every so often, an everyday person finds themselves witness to history. Sometimes such an event goes unreported and unnoticed. There are a tiny few who become a witness to several notable events, not just one. Journalists working in real time and in the real world often fit this category. However, as it is their life's work to report, we'll tend to take these efforts as the simple outcome of the process of collecting such reports. Finally, there are those who, from shortly after birth, live in a news stream, not of their own making, but equally not one that they can resist the act of observation, and finally perceived a need to report what they have witnessed and experienced. I am one of that last group mentioned. I was born into a family who few knew of or cared to know of, were it not for my father's brilliant observation that he could accomplish far more in the shadows than in the daylight. My story would exist as an autobiography, and I suspect would draw much less attention than the goings-on of an ant. People you will encounter in my naval lint collection, some known to all, and quite a few known only to me, but who provided serious and useful life stories and lessons. Names like, let's go down the list: Marilyn Monroe, President Truman, President Clinton, President Kennedy, President Nixon, President Roosevelt, Eleanor Roosevelt, President Nixon, mentioned him twice, James Hoffa, Jimmy Hoffa, Bernie Spindell, Tony Provenzano, Chet Huntley, David Brinkley, Peter Hackus, General Moshe Dayan, Asi Dayan, Prime Minister Gilda Meir, David Ben-Gurion, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Robert Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., Peter Falk, Florencio Batista, Fidel Castro, Long John Neville, Gene Shepard, Danny DeVito, Jerry Lewis, Wanda Lewis, we'll get to her, and Tretola Joseph, Dick Clark, Paul Newman, Johnny Carson, Bob Teague, Frank Fields, and Guy Lombardo and his Royal Canadiens. And likewise, the events reported will span the measure from murder all the way to child's games played on and off the streets of the East Bronx, New York. So let's begin at the beginning. No doubt you've been wondering about the derivation of my last name. Kano doesn't offer much of a clue as to my heritage. Indeed, that's how my parents wanted it.